HTML5 is a language used for presenting content for the internet, as it is a core technology for it, and it is the fifth version of the standard HTML. We have used HTML5 in our ancillary task for creating the artist website. The main purpose of this was to place, which the language allows you to do, is place videos, images and soundtracks in place, and also lets you add text. And the language was initially created for ease of use for the person that is creating the website.
We used Imax throughout our project for planning, research, construction and evaluations. This provided us a much faster hardware, so it would be faster than PCs, and it provided us with a industry standard components. So we had these Final Cut Pro, GarageBand and other softwares which would allow us to produce a industry high standard quality product.
The name of this product is iMovie. This product was more simpler to use than Final Cut Pro, so we used this within the stages of research. Because research is not really as complex as planning and construction, so we use this to edit videos more quickly. Also, with an iMovie you don't really need to render, so it's a lot more easier, and it was not as time consuming as Final Cut Pro. So in the task we used this was an artist influences, where we took print screens of the artist influences on Google, Wikipedia, etc. And by doing this, then we also included a strip of the title to describe the actual print screen itself and how it's influenced him. Also, we used an audience research. The reason why we use an audience research is because we couldn't really use it on Final Cut Pro due to the rendering taking too long.
Microsoft PowerPoint is an offline tool which is used to create presentations to present various things to people in different ways, such as plain text, videos, audio, and creating shapes and tables. One of the things we used PowerPoint was to create a table for health and safety risks and the level of risk and how to prevent them, which we presented in clear screenshots on the page on our site. Also, we have used it in music channels to make bullet points and get different information across to the audience.
Okay, Microsoft Word was a software offline tool which we used quite a lot throughout our entire project. We used it in our research, planning, evaluation, and we used it constantly. An example could be where we used it in our story shot-by-shot breakdown, which was which we used during our construction, and that helped us quite a lot when we were actually doing our music video at the time. So it's important. I thought it was important software because it prepared us, and so we planned ahead before the task.
We used an online tool called Mind42. This allows us to create like a range of, allows us to create a brainstorm of different things that we could have used. We used it in our research task for research into relevant music genre. So for this we had like a range of instruments which we kind of brainstormed and put together. So we had instruments such as like synthesizers and drum kits and drum machines, because these are typical instruments which we thought are associated to our genre.
And MP3 recording is a digital audio. It's digital audio, which if you simplify are voice notes or voice recordings, which can be recorded on different platforms such as tablets, Macs, PCs or smartphones. We have used MP3 recordings in our tasks in our portfolio to present information and talk about things related to our tasks.
We used Collage Maker, which is quite an effective online tool. We used it for mainly our planning stage, where we used it for one of our prop tasks, which we had a collage of our initial prop designs. It was a really useful site because it gave you a lot of different designs, which we actually found quite difficult to choose between. It gave you a lot of control over the positioning of the images which you wanted, so in that way it was quite good.
Prezi is an online software which is used to place multimodals such as videos, pictures, text, etc. This is easier for the viewer to view as there's so many different conventions. This is an actual presentation, an online presentation. You could argue is also a mind map. This would allow you to show. This would allow the viewer to see many different conventions by a click away.
QuickTime Player is an offline tool which we used throughout mainly in our research and planning. We used it in a way to provide evidence for the work we had done. For example, by screen recording. An example is we did it to find, when we used it for our research to find our artist and the track which we wanted to do. We used it to find like evidence and put it up on our website. A scanner which we use a lot. We use it throughout our project to import work onto our Wix website. We use it, for example, we used it for our prop designs, which we had made by hand, which we drawed out prop designs and costume designs, and then we put it through a scanner and imported it onto our Wix website.
We use this application to convert different files in a whole portfolio. An example would be that we had to convert the soundtrack of the final product from an AAC to MP3, so we could make it into a smaller file size and fit it into Final Cut Pro with ease. So it makes it easier for us.
We use various smart devices throughout our project. For example, in our research task for research into music videos of the same genre, we had an iPad which we could play the video through, and then Fateh would describe about how the video was relevant to our genre. And we also used it for last minute rehearsals as part of our construction and planning, and voice memos for certain examples like research tasks like music channels. We recorded our voices and talked about how online music channels such as YouTube have expanded, or how they've become to what they are now. This was really helpful because it's easily portable, and you could upload what we recorded through our voice very quickly and email it and set it up into our website.
We used TikToki, which is like an online tool which we used to create a timeline. We used it for our research task, which was a history of music video. It was very effective because you could actually give out information in quite a unique way, in which we could also place like a video in the YouTube video and a link in there, which obviously made it more entertaining.
TimeRhyme is an online timeline creator in opposed to a written one. The reason why we use this program is because it's more interactive for the viewer to view. Also, when you click onto the date, you can also post an actual video to extend the date or pictures. So we use this in the process of doing on research and doing a history of music video, due to it showing the different stages and different time periods of different music videos and the different technologies used, etc. VoiceDread is an online software where it allows you to place a video and annotate over it with different colours, or add comments, or you could even do it with pictures itself. We use this in the stages of research when we analysed different websites. We use this so that you can pick out the different texts, you can pick out the different images within the website by annotating or circling around with different colours. This would be more easier for the viewer to notice, whereas different on paper. So then it shows the stages of this being annotated.
We use Voki for our research task. This allows you to create a character and a background and allows you to speak. We use this for our research task, research into relevant music genre. For this specific task, we had 3 different Vokis, so 3 different characters speaking at 3 different times. So the first character would talk about his experience of him listening to our genre, so dance, pop and club. So he'd be talking about how it influenced him and how it was changing or developing in the 1990s, and the same would occur for another character in the 1990s, and then one from 2000 to now. It allows us to provide a unique way of presenting our work, and we used a creative way, so it had a different character talking about his own experience.
Word was another software which we use, online software which we use for our research tasks. We used it for a task called we were talking about different conventions of the music videos, and it was quite a good way in which we did it, because we were able to present it in a more entertaining way for the audience, where on the site we could create a word jumble of the different conventions for the music videos. One of the main sources we use was YouTube. We use this throughout our portfolio. For example, we use it in our research, where we're constantly on YouTube looking for music videos, researching them step by step. We also used it in our construction for when we were uploading our own music videos, uploading drafts and different parts, rehearsals which we had done for it. So we've been used it constantly throughout our entire project.
Zubus is an online 3D pop-up book creator, which we use in stages of research to tell a story of tracking an artist. Also, we use this in music channels due to the different pages and images explaining what the music label is, through different artists, through the actual founder itself and through the actual company itself. Also, through tracking artists, we could show the different stages of the artist growing up from young to old through images and text.